Hello everyone, this is WobblyWallaby. Many of you may wonder why I stopped playing Doram as my main. Well, the reason why was I thought that the Doram DPS is too low. Or so I thought. Little did I know that there was insane potential with the Dagger Doram build that would allow you to clear PvE instances. Damn, 18 million critical against the legend level Magma Golem? That is insane. In this video, I'll be interviewing Requiem17, an endgame Dagger Doram who will show you his setup to achieve such insane damage. Requiem17's Dagger Doram first caught my attention when he was helping carry Lost Isles Legend. I was using my Novice Guardian and his Doram out DPS me. I didn't think that physical Dorams had that type of damage potential, but as it turns out, kitty cats can be very powerful. A huge thank you to Requiem17 for taking the time to answer my questions and to share his character setup. I'll do the interview first, and then we'll end off with the damage test. Let's begin the interview. First, what is the origin of your in-game name? He replied, Requiem means funeral mass. I like dark things. Next, why did you choose Doram? He said, I was looking for a job that was good in all areas, and Doram is perfect for that. Dorams are able to deal damage, heal, tank, etc. Next, why did you choose Dagger Doram over Wand Doram? He replied, a friend had told me about a possible build with a dagger and is super strong, and it was even possible to pair with the Kobold Leader card. I tried it, and I liked it. Here's a Kobold Leader card so you can see its effect. There's some nice health recovery for Doram for survivability. Next, what are some minimum requirements to play Dagger Doram? He replied, a +15 demon knife. 50% magic defense at defense to compensate for the penalty of the dagger, because you die quickly. You also need a good book. Let's take a look at his adventure handbook. He has 88,000 health, 3,541 attack, and 89% attack deposits. He keeps scrolling so you can see the other stats, but the ones I mentioned are the ones I wanted to highlight. He continues, you need the crit rune with the third line unlocked to allow the gunner to crit, as well as high first and second lines. Catgrass rune is very helpful for more damage. This is because it drops the reductions of the monsters. Taru rune with max damage, and the 4th job rune for the illusion cat. Next, how well do you think Doram performs in boss hunting? He replied, before the channel merge, I hunted with Doram. I could kill Seed in 3 seconds, the Kraken, Tau, and Soul easily. Here are the MVPs he mentioned. Sometimes people use different names to reference them, so new players may not know which ones he's referring to. These MVPs are some of the high-end ones that people kill for their potentially great drops. Next, how well do you think Doram performs in weekly PvE content? He replied, as I already said, Doram is super versatile, so I use it for all the weeklies. Very often, I have top DPS in TTL and even Lost Isles Legend floor 1 to 2. Next, what is your PvE and boss hunting gear? Requiem was nice enough to record his gear. For offhand, he uses the +15 Dragonbone shield with physical damage increase +18%. For card, it is the Meryl Roland card. For armor, he uses the +15 Voodoo armor for the Ignore defense, with +10% penetration. He uses the Heart card. He also has a nice Morale 4 on his armor. For garment, he uses the +15 Brave Warrior's Pauldron for the Ignore defense and the amazing 12% skill damage. He also has a nice 9.9% HP enchant. For card, he uses the Eclipse Star card. For footgear, he uses the Loon's Memorial for the attack percentage and the physical penetration plus 6%. Also, he has an insane 10% HP enchant and the Edga Star card for the permanent endurer. Doram's flinching from being hit is super annoying, so this card deals with that very well. For his first accessory, he uses the plus 15 gold earring with physical penetration plus 4.5%. He also has a nice Sharp Blade 3 enchant. For card, he uses the Moonlight Tendrillion Star card. For his second accessory, he has the exact same thing, even down to the enchant for Sharp Blade 3. For weapon, he uses the Demon Knife Swallow. There's the 30% chance to double final damage, which is why Dagger Dorams use this. There's a lot of insane damage potential. He also has a nice Morale 4 enchant and 2 Menorah Star cards. For head, he uses the Abyssal Cry. This helps activate the inside effect of Menorahs and also deals a lot of damage. He uses the Norman card. For face, he uses the Winter Crown for the skill damage. He also has an amazing Morale 3 enchant on this. For mouth, he uses the Huge Bounty for MVP damage. For back, the Rathkrasi Fallen Feather for the chance to Lex. He also has a nice HP percentage enchant too. For tail, he uses the Rock Bunny for damage increase with the nice Sharp Blade 2 enchant. He also shows a few of his cards that he swaps in when doing MVP and PvE. A lot of these meta cards are for dealing more damage. For Ancient Relic, he uses the Valkyrie's Protection. Next, what is your attribute allocation? He responded with his screenshot. He maxed Vitality and Dex, and then the remaining in Agility. Next, what advanced runes and Oracle Mirror do you use for PvE and boss hunting? He responded with some screenshots. First is his overall placement of everything, and you can see his minor runes too. Here's his Mentha Grass rune. Here is his Life Burst rune. Here's his Life Bond Star rune. Here's his Buggy Quick Strike rune. Here's his Meow Hunter rune. And here is his Troublemaking Taru rune. Next, for Oracle Mirror, he says he uses the Refine 15 Bill and Refine 10 Deathcat Cape. The plus 15 Bill will give insane damage to MVPs, and the Refine 10 Deathcat Cape will give a lot of HP percentage. Next, how do you allocate your skills and what skill rotations do you use? He replied with his skill allocation first. Here are his Witch skills. Here are his Spiritualist skills. Here are his Summoner skills. Here are his Spirit Summoner skills. Here are his Spirit Whisper skills, which are all maxed out. I'll cover his skills in more detail, but first, you can see his manual skills and auto attack skills below. He also shows what's in his Prepare for Elite too. Now for the details. In his manual bar, there is Meow Grass for the nice Ignore defense, Prepare for Elite, Cat Transformation to revive your teammates, Lunatic Carapound for some AoE, and Lunatic Gunner for that extra DPS. Inside his Prepare for Elite, he has Stoop for damage reduction, Soul Bead for more HP, Shrimp Swamp for more attack, Curled Beetle Charge for more agility so you can crit better, Meow Meow for the move speed increase, Hiss for even more move speed increase too, and some dodging. Lastly, Natural Rage for giving your Lunatic Gunner faster attack. For auto attack, he has Picky Peck and Taru Trauma. Both have a chance to crit with more agility, and both of these skills have low delay, so it can come out very quickly. For skill rotation, he replied, I first used Catgrass to do more damage, then Prepare for Elite to buff me, then Lunatic Gunner, and I start my combo. Picky Peck and Taru Trauma. I use Picky Peck for the Dagger ×2 proc, and the Valk Wings to do more damage with Taru. Next, what is a Dagger Doram achievement that you are most proud of? He replied, with Convert, I killed Seed in 0.4 seconds. He saved a screenshot of that wonderful day, and you can see he dealt 308 million damage in less than a second. Next, if you could change something about Doram in this game, what would it be? He replied, more DPS because you need to change cards and stuff for different MVPs. Doram setup takes time for all high MVPs. If you recall the cards he was showing before, these are all to help tremendously with damage, but it takes time to swap them out and it is quite annoying to do that during an MVP wave. Next, where can people find you? He replied, in-game only, Requiem17. And just a note, we're both on the global Endless Love server. Next, do you have any shoutouts? He replied, oh yes, Yawn, my bro, thank you. You have a big PP, and thanks to Zenith. Thanks to Dad, who is Grizz, and Mom, who is Miranda. Next is the damage test. Here are his stats with self buffs. He has over 1.2 million HP. He has 25,000 attack. His damage percentage is at 167%. His physical damage increase is at 73.8%. His ignore defense is at 204.5%. Next he shows his dummy settings. He sets the dummy to demi-human, large, earth, 0% strength, and MVP. He begins hitting it and his DPS goes to over 220 million. The damage does vary a lot due to the nature of this build, relying on things proccing. But when all the crit and double damages align, we see he hits for 790 million damage, which is so crazy. If you were wondering what the endgame potential of Doram was, then I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot so you can tune your Doram to do some absurd damage. Thanks again to Requiem17 for all his information and content. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe.